everyone. It's it's been quite the spring so far. I know we've only had one other video out, but that's because there's really not been much going on as far as farming goes because of the rain. It is now May 8th and we are just now getting back up and going. Maybe I'm currently looking at a storm cell about 3 miles away, but I think it's going to go south of Oakland and we're going to be north of Oakland, which should be good. I'm heading up to spray some 32% out at my house. Got a little over 200 acres up there and to the west there. So plan on spraying it out this afternoon and then working it tomorrow just because it's still slightly heavy and it's getting late enough, and according to the forecast it's going to be dry after today and hot, so we don't want to work it too wet and get things all dry and chunky. Neighbor's going right here next to the highway. Looks like it's doing a decent job. Maybe a little heavy in some spots, but that's going to be how it's going to be for today and tomorrow probably. But there's been a lot happen, kind of. I don't remember where all exactly I left off. I think, yeah. So I think I filmed the second or third day of planting, and the day right after that, our versatile four-wheel drive blew a hole in the side of the engine block, so it's getting a rebuilt engine put in it, and it's been there for, would it be 3 weeks now? And we planted, I think, we've planted 3 calendar days since then, something like that, but it's maybe been a day and a half of actual planting total, so like 14 hours of planting, more 18 hours of planting since our tractor blew up. So we've got a rental tractor. It's a Steiger quad track, but that costs $120 an hour to rent. So is this a blessing in disguise? Probably not. No, we're not planting because we're probably losing more yield revenue than what it would cost to rent that tractor to run over the ground that we need to, but it is what it is, so that's getting fixed. It should hopefully be done here maybe at the end of this week. I think they got it. We're going to start putting it back together on Monday, so that was 3 days ago. But we haven't heard anything, so yeah. Dad's working some ground right now up there right next to where I'm going to spray this 32. There's some corn stalks up there that got pretty weedy, so he's working them down today. They'll probably work them down tomorrow. And as long as we don't get any rain from this little cell, should be able to plant both beans and corn there tomorrow. But until I hear otherwise, I'm not going to say much because as soon as I say something, it's going to be something else. So I'll see you guys up there whenever I get started. Okay, we are finally up and rolling. As you can see, there's some nasty weather right there, but it's just going to go barely to the south of us. It's staying down by Ashmore, so our non-planted stuff down there is getting wet yet again. But what are you going to do? And my south farm got hit again. I think as of like this morning, before even this last go around, they had a 1/4 inch, so they had at least, I bet you, another 1/4 inch this afternoon. But oh well. Dad got the corn stalks worked up here. That's right next to this bean stubble, and Luke's actually he and Luke are on the way to get the bean planter. Going to bring it up here and probably plant it tonight, and then we're going to actually start working this 32 in tonight, which we thought we might have to let it lay another half day and there's rest this afternoon, but I think it's going to be all right. And then depending how this bean stubble works up, maybe start planting on it tonight, but I'm a little doubtful about that. It probably does need to sit out and air out a little bit just because it did not get worked at all last fall. So we just sprayed it last fall and held really good. You can see just starting to get some green now, but it's kind of a little bit tighter, so that soil's holding a bit more moisture, so I bet you it's going to need to air out. But I do think we plan on planting beans up here, so we'll see how everything goes once we get situated. I'm about to get things wrapped up here. I got like just under 20 acres left. Back up here, up against some woods. That's going to be all I'm going to do for this evening. We got, like I said earlier, got that corn stalks worked and brought the planter up. Did not start planting on it. Dad wanted it to air out just a couple more hours, so just going to leave it for this evening. And start on it first thing in the morning. And then they're working on that 122 that I just sprayed before I came here. So that'll be worked and ready to plant, probably late morning. So that'll be good, and then probably come back here, I guess, and just keep rolling. I think it actually rained a bit more south of town. So after we get done with what we've done this evening, I don't know what we're going to do next. We do have 160 acres just on the north side of town, and then like 75 just on the east side of town that we might be able to get to tomorrow, but we will have to see. So unless something comes up, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Just getting ready to start planting some beans here this morning. This is the 66 acres of corn stalks that we worked yesterday afternoon. That is the 120. It was on the way back there down towards the road that I sprayed yesterday, and Dad and Jonathan worked yesterday evening. So I'm just waiting here, letting my hydraulics run on this planter. Bit chilly this morning. It was like 42 degrees when I got up, but it's warming up pretty quick because the sun's out, which is good. But it is breezy. Have to keep things a little bit cooler, but it'll help dry out things as well. So I'm not complaining about that. So I'm gonna let this warm up for a few more minutes. Get going here. Get out, check the depth. Probably put it in a little bit deeper since it's getting later. And we got some dry weather coming up, but I'll get going here, and then we'll get out and check the depth and see what that looks like. Dad and I did some real quick depth checking, and I thought we'd have to put it in a little bit deeper just because there's a few chunks out here, but this ground's actually a lot more mellow than I was expecting, and the chunks are still soft from yesterday, which is good. I figured they would be, but I still thought it'd have to go in a little bit, but it doesn't. So we just left it where it was, and we're sending it now. I'm just finishing up with the end rows. That'd be the headlands for you northerners. And gonna get rolling now, so hopefully we'll stay on it all day today, and hopefully it'll go late into the night. I know late nights aren't all that fun, but hey, we got stuff to do, so gotta do this and then go up and hit a farm north of here, I think is the plan, and then come back down, and then maybe that 160 there by Dad's house will be ready. There's 150 right across the road. There's actually 165. 150 across the road, and then like 14 acres, something like that, just down the road, like a quarter mile. So we will see what the day brings, but I'm thinking that's potentially what's going to happen, but I don't know. So I'll probably be in this all day. Jonathan will probably be in another tillage tractor. Dad's in the other tillage tractor over there, working on that 32% that I sprayed yesterday. So assuming Jonathan will be up here to grab that other tractor soon and take off. I just finished up the 66 acres there. I'm pulled up here next to the seed tender. Gonna put in just a little bit more seed, and before I head up to the next field, I'm gonna go hop inside and get some lunch. I'm just here at my house. So the next field I'm heading to is our northernmost farm. Go up, get it real quick, and then Jonathan should be about back to his house, across from his house there. He was at that farm that I'm going to now, and he's gonna attempt to work that there at his house. I think it'll probably be all right, but we will see. I think the neighbors were gonna try to plant some corn right next to it, so maybe we'll see how they're doing first before we get started. But I'll talk to you guys in a bit. We made up here to this furthest north farm we got. It's only 20 acres, but we'll get it done real quick, and then I'll be heading back down. We'll get out here and get going and probably do some digging. This ground is quite a bit darker than where I just came from. Looks like it worked out pretty well, so may not have to adjust the depth much, but we'll get some seed in the ground and check that. Okay, out here doing some checking. You guys can see there's one there, 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 and there. Basically, get a measurement on it. That one's a little higher. About there. Let's get a measurement. Basically, right at 2 inches. We will call that good. This soil does have a little bit of variability in it as far as the conditions go. As you can see, just right here, a little bit chunkier, but right over there, it's smoother. And it's smoother as we get away. There's a drainage ditch right here, and it's chunky along the road, but as we get up there, the soil conditions are quite a bit better, so I think we'll just leave it. Just getting started this field here across from Dad and Jonathan's house, and we're deciding we're going to go ahead and shallow it up. This field has a tendency to get run together more than most for some reason, it seems. We're not expecting any rain. I need some measurable amounts, a little bit of chance on Monday, and today is Friday. But we figured go ahead and take precaution and shallow it up a little bit. There's plenty of moisture down there, so we're not going to worry about them drying out. But all we got to do is take this here, see these notches, push it down, give it a little twist, pops right in there. On down to the next one. We'll do that all the way down the back 16 and the front 15. I do apologize. I would have picked you guys up a little bit earlier since we got into this field, but I started having a little bit of trouble with my hydraulic flow for my fans back there for the vacuum and the seed delivery. This tractor sat for about 45 minutes while I went and got more seed, and you wouldn't have thought that sitting for 45 minutes on a 70-degree day that the hydraulic oil would have cooled off enough to affect the flow when I first got started. Because it will do that in the morning. You know, when it's cool, you got to bump it up a little bit, but we kind of had a little bit of difficulty with this in the past. It seems very finicky. You got to get it just right, which, I mean, whatever, but it shouldn't be that sensitive. So I had to get that figured out, and then I was going along the silage. You can't tell where it's going to be, but we usually have about 9-10 acres of silage in this field that Dad takes over. Just across the road is where the cows are, so I was going along it, and then a neighbor went by on the road, called and asked if I could go over and drive the line, because I had an auto steer line set, and dump my marker over, because he's going to plant that in the morning. And I said sure, so I went over there and put my marker over, that way he can go right back down it, because he's got a 40-foot planter, just like this one is. So did that for him, and now we're getting going now. I actually got out and shallowed this up just a little bit. As I was telling you guys, this field has a tendency to run together, the dirt, even with a little bit of rain. This is really the only field that we have regular problems with that. I'm not sure exactly why. Obviously it's just the soil type. This field does have some lower spots in it, but majority of it is higher ground, so that obviously has a little bit to do with it, but it's nothing any more different than our other fields. So shallowed it up, but I'll probably on the next pass get out and check it again, but I think it should be all right. This field's pretty mellow. It was disc ripped last year, so that could be one reason. Well, I know I could definitely tell it was disc ripped because my auto steer was not as accurate, kind of weaving a little bit, probably catching where the ripper shanks went. But oh well. Got a deep rip every once in a while. We like to deep rip at least every 3, sometimes 4 years. So it's 6 o'clock now. Supper's going to be here in about 15 minutes, and I'll be looking forward to that. So I'll get out and see what the deck looks like. I just got done eating supper. I was originally thinking I was going to be eating here in the tractor, because I showed you guys my wonderful food I had. Meg brought lasagna, garlic bread, salad, strawberries, angel food cake, so it was really good, but actually just ended up going inside because my brother is down from Chicago. He's a chiropractor up there. He's down here messing with the cows. Might go to a cattle show here in a couple weeks. He's into the showing side of cattle. So he was working with some loose kids with their heifers and one of their steers, and then my wife and daughter came down to watch them, and so we all ate supper together inside Dad's house. So I stopped for about 20 minutes to do that, but back up and rolling again. So I'm gonna get some acres knocked out here tonight. This is actually would be a quarter, but there's 10 acres, 9 acres of silage, and then on the north side we've got about 5 acres of waterway, and then right there, you can't see it, those trees are part of where it kind of dips down. There's about 5 acres there, so about 140, but this will keep me busy for a while, so I think I'm going to kick back, probably pull up some YouTube and have at it. It's about 9:30 now. Did not end up getting this done. We got to go move some equipment around in preparation for tomorrow morning. That way we can get a decent start. So I'm gonna go do that instead this evening, and then that way get out early in the morning. So see you guys tomorrow.